Girls are fighting again. Okay, not the girls. So, Carlos King, former producer of Real Housewives and now the producer of Love and Marriage franchise on OWN, is slamming the Real Housewives of Dubai, calling them fake.
I like to say the Real Housewives of bye-bye. Because for me, those women studied every single housewife. And it's hard for me to get into them because I don't think they're being themselves. What do y'all think?
Okay, I've only seen one, maybe 1.5 episodes. The only thing that stands out to me is the model girl.
Same.
Right, but I think he's talking about her. I feel like...
but I feel like
Chanel.
Yes.
She's the main
but I feel
one.
like she's at least entertaining to watch. The others is like paint drying. Right? So she keeps me... I'm looking for her for the next scene. So I will give her that.
Y'all, we about to be clips. They gonna clip this up. Oh.
Happy Sunday, Raindrops. The word of the day is stop living in the past. The past is in the rearview mirror of your life. If you look at where you want to go, look at the windshield.
Listen, everybody, behind me is Carlos King, okay, a producer of reality TV on the OWN network, and the fans are pissed with him. I mean pissed, okay? They started a petition. They want him removed from his duties over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, you know what? I'm not one for the cancel culture, and I don't think that toxic reality TV started and nor will it end with Carlos King. But what are your feelings? Do you think that Carlos King should be canceled? Do you think he should be removed from producing Love and Marriage Huntsville? Do you think all the toxic behavior that we see on that show starts, ends, and begins with Carlos King? Let me know your thoughts, everybody. Cancel or not cancel Carlos King?
A lot of stuff, and I ain't happy about none of it. I'm trying to figure out what the going on anyway. I mean, she had no business goddamn putting her hands on you.
I mean, that's my thing. You gonna act like this in front of your daughter, Sanjay?
Sanjay acting more like the adult. That's the way she's supposed
to. Oh, you won't believe the mess Carlos King is wrapped up in right now. This man has made a name for himself with shows like Belle Collective, known for all the drama and juicy plot twists he's thrown on our screens. But now it looks like Carlos is starring in a drama of his own, and honey, this one isn't scripted. He's facing a real-life legal battle with Sogucci Williams, one of the breakout stars of the show. So what in the world went down? Well, word on the street is that Sogucci started spilling some tea about Carlos and how he's been running things behind the scenes. And it was anything but flattering, from shady rumors about manipulation to some serious allegations that could tarnish Carlos' name. The tension between these two has been building for a minute now. Carlos is clapping back with a lawsuit, and baby, the details are wilder than you think. So how did we get to this point? Let's take it back and break down how this whole drama started, because trust me, it's about to get real messy.
I thought you were a nurse.
However,
do you need the officers in there?
Dark, Marcel,
where's Martha laughing?
They would hang out. Part of the reason even they wanted Black was they wanted a place where they could go and hang out.
And do what?
Listen to music, drink, play cards.
So Kimmy, I'm gonna say this to you.
Joe Carlos.
I'm a gay man. I can assure you, no man is hanging out after hours listening to Beyonce and Renaissance.
No, I don't think they were. I don't think they were.
Listen up, because Carlos King is the undisputed king of the game and more than simply a reality TV producer. He began his career on The Real. He immediately gained notoriety on Housewives of Atlanta for crafting breathtaking plots and scenes that had us all hooked to our TVs, gripping our pearls from Row to Belle Collective. Carlos has demonstrated his ability to stir things up and has transformed that talent into a full-fledged empire. He has been responsible for some of the top reality TV shows for viewers. Carlos introduced us to a group of fearless bosses, and his name is essentially a guarantee for drama on Belle Collective. Up Women in Mississippi are giving us a close-up look at their personal and professional challenges, and sure, the ensuing mayhem is unstoppable. Discussing how he makes these real-world problems come to life on film. But as with any success story, not everyone is rooting for him. Members have been criticizing Carlos for overstepping his bounds, and the tension behind the scenes is equally as dramatic as what we see on television.
A lot of stuff, and I ain't happy about none of it. I'm trying to figure out what the going on anyway. I mean, she had no business goddamn putting her hands on you.
I mean, that's my thing. You gonna act like this in front of your daughter, Sanjay?
Sanjay acting more like the adult. That's the way she's supposed.
Here comes Sogucci Williams, a fan favorite on Bell Collect, but she didn't come to play. Instead, she came to spill the tea. Things took a turn for the worse when Sogucci began to voice some serious complaints about Carlos, saying that she felt like a pawn in a game she didn't sign up for while filming the show. Sogucci felt that the drama, especially her messy feud with Selena Johnson, had a significant personal cost. She says that Carlos and the production team were only interested in leveraging her feud with Selena to increase ratings, leaving her feeling vulnerable and emotionally spent. The accusations weren't just a bad look for Carlos. They revealed a whole can of worms about how producers actually treat their cast off camera, but the real fireworks happened during an iconic event. Sogucci claimed that they didn't care about her mental health, instead focusing on keeping the cameras rolling and escalating the chaos. Carlos and Sogucci's interview was a complete mess. Fans can still recall the awkwardness as Sogucci told Carlos everything. She didn't hold back, accusing him of betraying her and putting drama before her well-being. She claimed that she trusted him to tell her story, but he instead forced her into emotional turmoil for his own sake. Of a compelling plot, the interview was tense and the receipts were scattered throughout. However, let me tell you that one of the most memorable parts was when Sogucci opened up about her experience during the infamous Selena Johnson feud. Although it was a messy scene on screen, Soe disclosed that behind the scenes, it was a very different scenario. She opened up about how awful it was for her, feeling totally caught off guard by the way everything was shot and presented. She even asked whether the drama was worth it, considering the toll it took on her mental and emotional health. As he sat there, Carlos used the interview to defend his production methods and storyline handling. But when Sogucci's unvarnished honesty struck, her fans took to social media in droves, supporting her for speaking her mind. However, as you can imagine, some began dragging her, accusing her of attempting to damage Carlos' reputation. Merely to remain current, the internet was ablaze with viewpoints from all directions, with one commenter claiming that Sogucci was simply upset because she didn't receive the edit she desired and was now disparaging Carlos. If Siggy's allegations are accurate, Carlos King's legacy litigation will be tarnished. He is the Joey Tate of reality TV, but this move seems like damage control. Or not, another one was added. Sogucci is brave for speaking out, but I wonder if she has any receipts to support it. Without concrete evidence, this could backfire on her baby. Regardless of which side people were on, it was obvious that this wasn't a small backstage argument between a producer and a cast member. Rather, it was a full-blown feud. In that interview, the tension between Carlos and Sogucci reached a boiling point, but what happened next left fans completely stunned. You might have thought that was the end, but the real drama was just beginning, and trust me, no one saw it coming.
Fighting again. Okay, not the girls. So Carlos King, former producer of Real Housewives and now the producer of Love and Marriage franchise on OWN, is slamming the Real Housewives of Dubai, calling them fake.
I like to say the Real Housewives of bye-bye. Because for me, those women studied every single housewife. And it's hard for me to get into them because I don't think they're being themselves. What do y'all think?
Okay, I've only seen maybe 1.5 episodes. The only thing that stands out to me is the model girl.
Same.
Right, but I think he's talking about her. I feel like
but I feel like
Chanel.
Okay, yes.
She's the main
but I feel
one.
like she's at least entertaining to watch. The others is like paint drying, right? So she keeps me. I'm looking for her for the next scene. So I will give her that.
Y'all, we about to be clips. They gonna clip this up. Oh.
Carlos King is renowned for orchestrating the show behind the scenes, so it's rare that he's the one in the hot seat. But this lawsuit is changing the script in the most dramatic way possible. When he chose to sue Sogucci Williams, it was like planting a bomb in the reality TV world. Rumor has it that Carlos is targeting Sogucci with 2 serious accusations: defamation and possibly breach of contract. The defamation accusation stems from Siggy's public accusations that Carlos is a ratings-obsessed producer who doesn't give a damn about his cast members' mental health. Carlos' legal team is not joking. They claim that such remarks have severely harmed his reputation as the mastermind of Bell Collective and as a major player in the reality TV industry. As for the breach of contract, It may be the cherry on top if Nucci revealed anything that contradicted those stringent confidentiality agreements. The contracts that most reality stars sign typically have clauses that prohibit cast members from discussing behind the scenes or disparaging the showrunner or network. If Nucci did not abide by such clauses, this lawsuit might be Carlos's way of making it apparent that not only to her, but to any other cast member considering publicly voicing their complaints for Carlos, this lawsuit isn't just about clearing his name. It's also about safeguarding his reality TV empire, which includes multiple successful shows and upcoming projects. Any harm to his reputation could have serious long-term consequences. Fallout, but pursuing a cast member, especially one as outspoken as Sogucci, is dangerous because it exposes him to even greater public scrutiny and media fire, and you already know that the rumors are going to get out of control. Do now, for Sogucci, as this lawsuit has put her in a difficult situation. Honey, going head-to-toe with? It's no small feat for someone like Carlos King, who has the financial means and legal firepower to support his claims, but for Sogucci, it might be her chance to fully tell her story and reveal the alleged abuse she's endured, whether she chooses to settle the countersuit or pursue it all the way to court. As you are undoubtedly aware, reality TV fans are split, and the stakes are really high. Supporters of Carlos are out there stating that Sogucci went too far by revealing all of that personal information, adding that she is endangering the show's reputation. They believe Carlos is only taking the necessary steps to protect himself and maintain limits. The admirers of Siggy, who view her as a real-life whistleblower who exposes the darker aspects of how these shows are created for them, disagree with what cast members are permitted to say about production. Cast members should have the freedom to discuss their experiences, and Sogucci should speak truth to power, particularly if they believe they have been mistreated. But this legal drama isn't just personal for Carlos and Sogucci. It has the potential to significantly upend Bell Collective. The show has a devoted following by presenting the lives of bold, ambitious women who thrive on authenticity. But now that fans are concerned that the behind-the-scenes drama may overshadow the show if Carlos prevails in his legal battle with the creator, which could set a precedent for how much control he and producers generally have over how cast members discuss their experiences, potentially making other stars are reluctant to speak up, which could alter the tone of upcoming seasons. However, if Sogucci wins, it would encourage other reality TV stars to do the same, forcing producers to reconsider how they handle cast grievances and complaints. Additionally, this action is bringing up some significant moral dilemmas surrounding the creation of reality TV fans. Industry insiders and legal experts all have similar concerns. Should cast members have additional protections given how exposed they might be during production? And how much drama is too much for ratings? Believing that everyone is watching to see how this case unfolds, as if it were the next big reality show.
The Sunday raindrops. The word of the day is stop living in the past. The past is in the rearview mirror of your life. If you look at where you want to go, look at the wind.
In the reality TV world, the conflict between Carlos King and Sogucci Williams has truly opened the floodgates. We're discussing some deeply buried issues that fans were unaware were simmering beneath the surface, ranging from allegations of manipulation to full-fledged court challenges. This isn't little mess. Siggy's main complaint is that she believes the production team took advantage of her, which, let's face it, is a common plot point in reality TV. She claims that the editing twisted her actions and intents to make her appear like the villain, particularly during her explosive moments. Alongside Selena Johnson, in addition to making her the antagonist for the sake of ratings, Sogucci claims the production team didn't support her emotionally while filming and left her hanging. She also claims that the producers really cut and messed up sequences to make the drama pop. Sogucci has revealed how the entire experience affected her mental health, creating a toxic environment that didn't help resolve anything but only made things worse. Now, honey, her accusations have spurred a much larger conversation about the conflict spiral that went out of control and was mentally taxing for her. The morals of viewers of reality television, although the intense confrontations and crazy scenes keep viewers riveted to the screen, cast members, and even industry insiders are beginning to ask how far producers should go to stir things up while still considering the welfare of their actors. Although he hasn't addressed every complaint in the lawsuit, Carlos King isn't just sitting back and allowing these claims to go unanswered, demonstrating that he's not playing games. All of that drama is worth the emotional and mental toll it takes on the people in front of the camera. his reputation, and making a strong statement that he takes this matter seriously. Since Carlos King has established himself as the undisputed mastermind of reality TV, you can be sure that these allegations are a direct assault on his reputation and legacy, as evidenced by his court documents and public remarks. Carlos has been noisy and transparent about his commitment to his craft, highlighting all the actors who thrived under his guidance. He's out there promoting the idea that shows like Bell Collective are collaborative endeavors and that everyone uses Sogucci to agree to the terms before the cameras even roll. Carlos is obviously making it plain that she won't get away with what he perceives to be a personal assault on his reputation, but this action may also be an attempt to set the standard for the entire industry. Carlos is making it very apparent that any cast member or reality celebrity who feels they can simply disparage the creators or the procedure with no repercussions, they have another thing coming. If Siggy's accusations offend other people in the industry, he is asserting his claim as the boss and defending his brand in a field where perception is everything. At the core of all of this is a serious trust issue between producers and cast members. As Carlos and Sogucci prepare for their big reveal, we might be in for even more shocking revelations later on. But if Carlos emerges from this with his reputation intact, that will solidify his position as a top dog in reality TV, demonstrating that he can withstand the heat and still win. Legal face-off, one thing is certain, this drama is far from over. I'm curious if you think Carlos King's lawsuit is justified or if he has gone too far. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, as I know there are differing views. Don't go anywhere because Selena Johnson's side of the story will be covered in our upcoming film. So if you thought this was crazy, it becomes considerably wilder.